My dear students, as we are discussing departmental orientation under the heading of employee orientation, let's talk about some of the issues and some of the things concerning departmental orientation. Some topics need to be considered relevant for inclusions in this stage of departmental orientation. Before it, we talk about different concepts and the components related to organizational orientation, but departmental orientation is a little bit different from organizational orientation. Therefore, we are mentioning some of the important concepts which must need to be considered during departmental orientation. These are those concepts. Number one, you have to talk about departmental responsibilities. Then you need to talk about the interrelationship between the employees department and others department. That is sort of a reporting relationship. Then you need to talk about department structure. That what is the structure of the department. Then departmental culture is very important to be mentioned to the new hire. And then the job duties and responsibilities of each employee within the department. Because departmental orientation is more in depth as compared to organizational orientation. Therefore, you are mentioning all of these nitty-gritty during departmental orientation. Then you need to talk about confidentiality, then performance expectations, then hours of work, and number of other things. First, talk about departmental responsibilities. Discuss the department's origin. What is the history of the department, historical perspective of the department. Then the overall function of the department within the overall organization. And then the long-term and the short-term goals of the department. Why we are mentioning long-term and short-term goals? We already discussed in the previous sessions that it is very much important the alignment of individual's goal with the long-term and the short-term goal of the department. And it is very much important to align the departmental goals with the overall organizational goals. Because the purpose of the new hire is to achieve the organizational goal. And if he would not be able to relate her own goals with a departmental goal and departmental goals with organizational goal, then it is a meaningless. Everything would be meaningless. Then interrelationship between the employees department and other department is also very important. Talk about the flow of work between departments and key individuals to contact in other departments. So because department is not working in isolation, your department is a part of the overall organizational hierarchy, and the work performed by your department must need to be related to the work of other departments. So it is very much important to interrelate your own department with other departments in the organization. So the person can understand that where is his department located and how his departmental work would be affecting others' departmental work as well. Then reporting relationship. Define direct and indirect reporting relationship to the department and organization wide, as well as who's typically in charge when key personnel are out of the office. So reporting relationship between your own department, the relationship of your own department with other department is very much important, and to whom you need to contact in other department. What are the key personnel in other department to whom you need to contact? So it must need to be mentioned to the new hire. Then department structure is important, my dear students. Identify specific functions by task and by incumbent. So it would be the part of a department structure. And then departmental culture. Because culture of any department is very important if you want to make someone comfortable in this particular department. So describe any unique feature of the department, including rituals such as a birthday celebration, wedding anniversaries, or some other things which you would like to mention. Then job duties and responsibilities are the key part of overall departmental orientation. Together, review the new employee's job description, discussing her specific areas of responsibilities and how these tasks interrelate departmentally and intradepartmentally. So whenever someone is going to join your organization, and after joining, you need to mention him that what are her main job duties and responsibilities, and how his job duties and responsibilities are related to other departments and are related within the department. Confidentiality, most important part. Identify areas of work considered confidential and the ramification of violating confidentiality, because maintaining confidentiality within the organization is a very important area, very important concept. So you have to identify areas of the work which are considered to be confidential, and if you would violate confidentiality, what would be the issues if such kind of thing would be happen. Then performance expectation. Discuss the concepts of ongoing coaching and counseling when warranted. So also define regularly scheduled performance evaluation and salary review, because performance reviews is a very important part of any organization, and you need to tell your new hire that when the review would come and what kind of performance expectation they have from new hire, and how much would be the salary reviews if your performance would be better, and what would be the issues if your performance would be under particular mark. Hours of work. Remind the employee of starting and quitting times and any alternative schedule option. So hours of the work is very much important, and most of the time new hire is himself interested to know about hours of the work. So it must need to be kept in the employee orientation. Then vacation scheduling. Explain how vacations are scheduled, who approves vacation request, and how far in advance requests should be made. So these information are critical, because anytime new hire need to take vacations. And meal and break periods. Described how meal times are scheduled, as well as the frequency and duration of the breaks, how much time you need to spend on a lunch, when it would be the morning tea, when it would be the evening tea, and when you can take some short breaks in case of need. And the payroll. Explain how often the employee can expect to get paid. For example, it's a monthly pay, it's a weekly pay, or it's a fortnightly pay, and any information relevant to the direct payroll deposits to the company. And the personal telephone calls and personal use of computer. Identify circumstances under which personal telephone calls are permitted, and stipulations concerning the use of company computers for personal use. So all these information are very critical and must need to be mentioned in departmental orientation program.